It is July 20th, International Chess Day. In the past few days, I rediscovered my love for chess. I've been learning and practicing, so today, I'm going to be facing my greatest enemy of all time in chess. Now let's go ahead and jump to our secret second location. We are live from Washington Square Park in New York City, everybody. Today, we're going to be scoping out any local chess games. And wait, what is that I see over there? Today, I'm going to be facing my greatest enemy of all time in chess. And what is your greatest enemy of all time? Of course, it's yourself. So today, I'm going to be trying to play a chess game against myself. We'll see how it goes. Live from New York, everybody. And look, we have a second POV cam. Ain't no way, look. Whoa, the color correction is wild. But look at that. Put your predictions in chat. Who do you think will win? Peacein white? Or Peacein black? We'll talk about behind the scenes later, but... Whoa, where'd my hand go? You know, this was like a lot funnier in my head. This is also not a timed match. I could not get one of those stopper timers. Hey, this is Peacein from the future editing this. I totally didn't realize that the main wide shot camera was flipped. So when I'm referring to chess moves throughout this video, please look at the mini cam at the top. Don't look at the chessboard on the bottom. It's totally wrong. I'm so sorry. White goes first. Classic move. E4. Now switch. Editor, please cut out all the walking that I do. You know, I'm gonna get my steps in today. Okay, so my opponent, Peacein white, did E4. You know what? Copying. E5. My opponent, Peacein black, did E5. And I must control the center, is what I've learned the past few days. So, the move I must do is... Wait, no, because if I move my second pawn that's in the D file, it'll get attacked by the pawn. So I think my best bet is to free up space for my other bishop. No, wait. Should I do a knight? I don't know. I don't know the openers yet. I'll take a knight out. F3. I must also control the center because I don't know any other openers. Freeing up space for my bishop that's located at C8. Moving my pawn up on this side. I'm going to try different strats on each side of the board. So D6. My opponent, Peacein black, is not moving their attackers, but they did open up the diagonal for the bishop located at C8. I want to trap it somehow. But I don't know how yet. This is not like chess.com. There's no spaces for me to see where I can go. Freeing up space for my bishop as well. Pawn D3. BG4 to threaten the knight located at F3. I want to make Peacein white squirm. So Peacein's black to move bishop to G4 was actually really good because the bishop can either take the knight or if I move the knight to protect myself, it could attack my bishop. But if this bishop does attack the knight, the pawn will just take it out. So the best, most safe decision right now for me, Peacein white, is to leave the knight where it is. Oh wait, no, the bishop would advance to take the queen. I was looking at the wrong diagonal. Okay. Awkward. I'm trying to figure out ways that I could take out pawns, because I want blood. NC3, just to get another player on the board. If I take the bishop and take out the knight that's at F3, the queen would clap me. I'm going to leave it stun locked there for now. Pawn G5. I don't want to say my strat yet. Oh, I didn't see this. I could move bishop from C1 to G5, but that's not the best either because it would be a similar mirror mode here. Oh wait, no, that's the queen. The queen would get me. Not a good move. Beginning game is so difficult. I don't know any openers, so I'm just willy-nilly moving things more often than not. NB5. Right now, the white knight is attacking the pawn located at C7, but it wouldn't attack because then the queen could take it back. That would be a silly move for Peacein white to do. Get my knights out on the battlefield. And f6. I should not move the knight. You know what's interesting? Me playing against myself gives me a bit more insight into what my opponent would think. Maybe this is actually a good exercise. Who knows? Since my opponent last turn moved their knight to f6, the threat I had of moving this knight to take the pawn is now gone. nx g5, I now have a pawn. The knight located at g5 is currently threatening 2 pawns. White could be setting up a future fork, actually. Unintentionally. If they advance their knight one more turn, bring the bishop up, they would be threatening both the knight and the queen. White would just have to find a way to line up the king, to line up the knight so it could attack the queen with both the bishop and the knight. They have to bait first my black knight located at f6 to move. Advance their white knight to e6. And then push their bishop to g5. That is what I see right now. But what move can I do to counteract that? I think I just need to get more fighters on the board. Oh, wait. No, this is crazy. White through. They're in check somehow. Wait, wait. Wait, I think I messed up. I missed a check. Does this void out the game? I forgot what move I did last turn. I'm going back. Because white should not have been able to make that move anyway, so we'll void that out. Now that I've learned that if I move this knight, it would put me into check. So that knight has to stay then. I think the best thing I can do here is threaten the bishop so it falls back, so pawn h3. I need to find a way to attack the horse at f3. Because the king on white side is not protected, like, at all right now. Pawn c6 to threaten the knight. Yeah, I'm not in check anymore. I have to check now. I have to check if I'm in check. Moving bishop from c1 to g5 could be decent. Because the knight is still blocking the queen. So if I moved the bishop to take the pawn, I wouldn't be threatened at all. Black didn't advance the bishop. They forgot. So the pawn at h3 could take the bishop, but then it would be threatened by the knight. Pawn for bishop goes kind of crazy. So pawn, it would just be xg4, I think, right? Now my king is no longer under threat. Black threw last turn. Dang, I lost the bishop. God damn it. I kind of want to advance my pawn that is at h7. Because if the rook takes that pawn, then the rook would just take it back. That would be silly. If this does get to late game, pawn far left will be the one to become a queen. I don't know what the best move is though. Oh, I just take knight. xb5 lost the knight. Man, dude, I'm throwing! Bishop could take the pawn that is at g5. Just another kill. I'm like focusing too much on getting pieces right now. I'm not like strategizing properly. This pawn located at d3 is not moved. I will advance it 2 spaces. The knight could take the pawn at d5, but then the pawn could just take it back. That'll be silly. Right now it seems like I'm playing piece for piece, blood for blood. My knight is kind of stuck here. I don't want to move to the outer edge, and if I move the knight to c6, it's under threat. I kind of want to advance my queen somewhere, but there's no good place to advance. The only diagonal I have will land me on a5, which the queen would just take me, so that would be silly. So I kind of want to advance my knight to g4, or, because these pawns are both stuck in the center. They're all stuck. I'll do it. nx-g4. You know what would be kind of crazy right now? Bishop takes pawn at g5. Now, the reason why I did this is because if the queen takes the bishop, it would be under fork. Because the knight would be able to take the queen if it takes the bishop. Oh, that's a crazy move! What am I gonna do? If it takes the bishop, it's under threat. It would also get hit by the horse. So the only thing I can do right now is move the queen. I can either move my queen left, right, diagonal, or move this pawn up one. Move the pawn to f6. That way the bishop is also under threat again. If the bishop takes the pawn, if I move to f6, then my queen would take it next turn. If I move this pawn up one now, it would force the bishop to fall back. I'm doing it. Pawn f6. My plan didn't work. Now I'm under threat. There's no good place for this bishop to fall back to. I'll keep it in the center of the board at e3. be3. Ooh, wait. I moved the bishop to be3, but now the bishop is under threat from the knight. If I take the knight for the bishop, the pawn would take me back, but that would be crazy. I don't want to take the bishop because then my knight would die, and I don't want to lose another knight. Or no, I lost a bishop already. I'm playing as black right now. There's literally no good spot for the knight to move. Falls back to h6, under attack by rook. Advances to h2, rook would take it. Okay, if the knight is going to die, either way the knight will die. It's going to die. I'm going to take the bishop. N, x, e3. I lost the bishop. But look at what the knight will lose. Dumbass bitch. Pawn takes knight at e3. Grr, I lost a knight. But that was anticipated. The pawns are still locked in the center. I need to bait the pawns to move some, but there's no safe way to do so. The only thing I can really bait right now is moving my knight, but then I would just lose the knight because the pawn would just take. Getting my bishop on the field, h6. Oh wait, why did the bishop do that? That's so dumb. Rx, h6. They lost their bishop. So stupid. Honestly, that is such an L. I lost both. I think Peacein Black is going to lose. I'll say it now. I'm betting $1 on Peacein Black losing. Honestly, I think Peacein White has a decent formation right now. There's no good place for me to advance my queen. I can't think of a good move. Advancing the pawn to a5. Maybe I'll get a queen, who knows. Peacein White. What has inspired you to face off against your all-time nemesis? Money and Cloud, I'll say it right now. Still no good place for my white queen to move? Oh, look at this. Bx, b5. What is check? Plus, oh wait. Bx, b5 plus, because now the king is in check. W! Uh-oh, I'm in check. What am I gonna do? Safest thing, advance the queen one space, that way it threatens the bishop back. The bishop should fall back. Now my bishop is under threat. The bishop could take the queen, but then I would lose the bishop. It would be an insane move if I just took the queen. But honestly, taking the queen for a bishop is a dub. I'll do it. We ball. Bx, d7. You know what? I'll say it. I think Peacein Black is gonna lose. Uh-oh, it's not looking good for me. I'm also like not rigging this for one side to win. This is just so like I practice thinking how the other opponent would think. Nx, d7. Lost my queen, might as well take their second bishop, honestly. That's the thing, kid. It's rigged from the start. Just looking at the board, Black right now has more pieces lost, but I've lost more valuable. Oh no, but Black did lose their queen. I don't know who's gonna win, honestly. I might just throw on either side. Pawn a3. Rook g8. Why not? Now, why would they move rook g8? Kind of weird. But we'll leave it be. I feel like the rook was trying to take the pawn, which that is true. I'm moving my queen to g1. Rx h7 to take the pawn. Wait, no, I'm black. I'm playing both sides. Literally. I think I'm going to advance my knight. nc5. Why are the people in the background not excited for this match? I'm sorry to tell you, this is all fake. Green's green. Pawn to b4, so I can threaten both the pawn and a knight. Right now, a knight and a pawn are threatened. If I lose that pawn, oh well. It'll open up the file for my rook. You know, it could be kind of crazy. RG6 to threaten. Wait, no, that's stupid! I already put my finger off! It's stupid! No! So black advanced their rook to G6. The problem with that now is if this rook takes their rook, their black pawn will just take my rook, and that's an L. So my rook should fall back somewhere. RH5, because I'd still be in the center of the board. Pawn B6. That way, if the pawn attacks this pawn, I can just take it back. Both sides are playing very safe. They don't want to lose more pieces. Black is down 6, white is down 4. I also just realized black did not fall back their knight, so I'm just going to take. Pawn takes knight at C5. Well, that was another blunder. Right now, black only has their king and 2 rooks. Oh! Pawn takes at C5. And H4 to attack the rook. Well, I gotta move the rook. I'm trying to find a place that I can advance the rook forward to take out another pawn. RG4 to threaten the pawn located at E4. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to lose the pawn at E4. There's nothing I can do to protect it right now. I can't attack anywhere. I'm just gonna have to lose it. I just have to think of a way to counteract to take that rook, if it does take. Which there's not. My queen is stuck behind the pawn. Best bet, advance pawn to G3. Just to get another queen started. RX, E4 to take a pawn. Unavoidable. Plus my rook is safe there. QF2 to threaten the pawn and advance my queen forward. I can maybe start setting up a check. Or a checkmate. I don't want to move the pawns away from the king, so I'm going to move the piece that's furthest away. Or no. No. I should not do that. I was going to say I could move the rook, put the king into check, to force it to move, but then the pawn would take. I could also advance my rook here to take the pawn, but then the king or queen would take. Depending on if the queen advanced next turn. Which she might. If white was smart, they would advance the rook and the knight pieces before advancing the queen. And I'm gonna assume the white guy is smart. I mean, white piece and... the white piece guy is smart. Pawn B5. RX H7 to take a pawn. I'm really struggling right now. I cannot take the knight because the pawn would protect. My rook is kind of stuck there. The problem I'm going to run into is if the rook advances, I will be put into check, so I literally would have to move the king. There's no other pawn that can protect the king right now. Pawn C4. Maybe I'll get a queen, who knows. Pawn D6. I'm going to advance to try and get another queen. Pawn B4 to try and bait. Oh wait, I'm playing as white right now. Wait, I'm thinking I can maybe get a checkmate. No, or maybe a stalemate? Okay. What I'm thinking, I'm playing as white, so I advance the pawn 1 space, that way the king is under threat. It would be under threat directly, because it's a pawn. Oh wait, the king could just take the pawn. No, it wouldn't be able to take, because the rook is right here. No, it wouldn't be a stalemate or anything, because the king can still move to the left and block the pawn. It would just be check. Check. Check D7. Or D7 check. I'm in check. I cannot take the pawn because the rook is there. Honestly, the rook staying here is such a clutch move. I did not think that far ahead, but it's honestly so good. So right now, the only legal moves the king can make would be F8 or D8. I could also... Yeah, that's the only thing I can do, because the rook can't come in and protect from the side. The only move that I can do... D8. That way I can block the pawn from advancing. That's literally the only move I think I can do. Wait, is this checkmate? Wait, pause. I think this is checkmate. If I take the pawn located at f7? Wait, where was the queen before? I forgot. In that one move, the king is being attacked directly, right? And then, if the king moves, to the side, the pawn could take. And then if it moves forward, the rook could take. And there's no other pawn to protect the king. I think that's a checkmate, right? Somebody tell me, I need to know. Oh, no. It wouldn't be checkmate because c7 is still a safe square because the rook can't pass the rook pawn. Never mind. Man, I thought I cooked myself. But that was still a decent move. I'll still do it. I'll still run it down mid. Qx f6. Check. So now the only legal move that we figured out that the king can do is c7. Get out of check. Oh wait, but now since the king... I mean, this is good for me, Peacein white. Since the king had to advance forward, I got a queen! How do I... I'll put 2 pawns down to indicate that it's a queen, because I literally will forget. W. And I'm also in check. Wait, is that checkmate? No, it's not. Either way, this was the only move the king could have made. I was here as a pawn. I advanced forward, became a queen. Oh, wait. No, that was stupid of white to do! That was so dumb! No, that was like the only thing they could have done. Because the king would have taken them next turn anyway. No, it wouldn't have. Either way, black king is in check. I would have to take out the queen, I think. No, but if I take out the queen, I would still be under threat. Wait, am I cooked? Okay, well, what happened was, black had to move diagonal, so that was a safe turn. Now it's a white turn. They advanced the pawn to become a queen. I think this is checkmate. I think black lost. So me turning the pawn into a queen is a direct threat to the king in this turn. King cannot move here, here, here because the rook, here because the rook, here because the queen, queen, queen. And the rook, even if it took out this queen here, the opposing rook will take it. I think this is checkmate. Right? It has to be. You know what? GG. Well, I had a little inkling feeling that Peacein white would win. Man, that was actually really fun. Okay. I think it was over for black the moment it lost the queen. I just realized... No, I was gonna say, I could have kept advancing the black rook forward to threaten white's king, but I didn't have enough turns. Yeah, that's checkmate. W, Peacein white. Live from New York! Well, that was me facing my greatest enemy in chess. It was honestly really fun. Kind of a silly idea I had randomly like 6 months ago. And you know what? I did it. You know what? It's a green screen. It's not real. Honestly, playing against myself was really silly to do. But it did genuinely make me understand more what the enemy would be thinking. You know what? I challenge everybody to try this at home. This was actually really interesting. And that was our finale of Chess Week. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch me play games live, follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/Peacein_17. And like the video and subscribe. Do it now. This board is magnetic. Wait, that's crazy. Look. Wait, I was gonna like flip the board. They're stuck on the board. Look at that.